Hey everybody! Welcome to a live stream, and a very special one at that. We got Sabrina in her running outfit. She is ready to go at any minute. It really is a special...
She doesn't run.
There is no running whatsoever. Not even for food. So, it's a very special live stream tonight because we are at RN-RV Chronicles motorhome, and luckily they have enough space for about 25 people in this motorhome.
Hi, everybody.
Wait, I'm supposed to be looking at this screen for comments. Sorry, guys.
Sabrina has one job, and one job only, and that is to check the comments on the chat.
I'm back. Okay, I'm here.
She's got the comments ready to go.
All right.
And so RN-RV Chronicles and Sabrina and I are both traveling with guests at the moment. And the two guests...
Sorry, can you hold on 1 second? I'm on somebody else's page.
And the two guests are Mark Spar.
Hey.
And Wayne... Billow. Now everybody knows your last and first name.
They don't even know our last name. So now they know yours.
Now they
They don't even know mine. Hey, that's great.
And so, Wayne, how long have you been traveling with Dave and Katie now?
Just for about a week.
And how long does it actually feel?
With them too?
Yeah.
Forever.
Mark, you've been traveling with us for just 4 days?
4 days now, yeah.
And
4 days.
How does that feel?
Oh, it's just like being
No
at
pressure
home.
or anything.
No, it feels fine. It's felt really natural the whole time.
So I'm just gonna pause you for a second. Camping with Yogi wants to know. Says, "Hi, has everyone been drinking?"
what tips you off to that? We may or may not have been.
Negative.
Not everybody.
Not everybody.
Not everybody. So let me switch back. We'll start over here. Anybody that's been drinking on this side of the camera, raise your hand.
Or your eyebrows.
Anybody drinking on that side of the camera, raise your hand.
That's the sober side.
That's the sober side.
Katie.
So let's start with, I thought it'd be fun to do a couple questions since everybody, I'm sure if you're looking into the RV experience and you want to know, look, I've never done anything like this. What is it like? We're going to start with Wayne first.
I knew it.
Wayne is not thrilled to be on camera tonight.
No.
But talk as loud as you could, Wayne, and just talk about maybe the sleeping experience so far of how has Dave, it's pointing to you now, how has Dave and Katie made you feel at home when it comes to maybe time to turn in for the night?
Oh, very welcome. I mean, the sleeping arrangements are great. I've been boondocking for a couple times, which I've never done before, which is an experience for RV travelers, and this is why I came on with them to experience that and to learn, because I'm looking into it myself. So I have to stop someplace. How do you do this? How do you do that? They're showing me that, and it's actually a great experience. It's fun, and but no, as far as traveling with somebody, it's nice to travel with somebody to get some insight. So to go out and just jump into it yourself and not knowing anything, it's a chance and a risk. So to travel with somebody that knows what they're doing, it's great an experience. So it's good.
And Dave, as this being your home, how is it in the RV to have a guest in your home
I'm
while
sure
traveling?
many of guests would be wonderful. However, we have Wayne with. No, I'm not kidding. No, actually, we were really excited to have Wayne come, with us, and we do pick on each other a lot. We have a really good relationship where we can really pick on each other. But we were really excited to have him come, and it was really great. It was good, and of course, with him wanting to experience RVing and possibly looking into picking up an RV, we were more than welcome to have him come with us and experience our travel back from Arizona back to Pennsylvania, and it's been fun.
And that's a long drive. That's a good trip.
Yeah,
that's a really good trip.
Yeah.
Coming back to us. So on the other hand of that is a short trip that we have Mark with us. He's staying for 4 days, but the travel part of it has been very short. And now I'm going to turn it over to Mark with a question.
Go for it.
How do you feel about the lack of privacy in the RV? Because the walls are thin, you hear everything, you see everything. Well, maybe you don't see everything.
Wow.
It's really not that bad. I mean, if you're going to use the restroom, you might be a little... You might be thinking, like, I wonder who can hear me right now.
Everybody.
Let's turn on the water, maybe run the shower at the same time. But nah, you know, it is what it is. I think we're all fairly comfortable with each other, and as long as it's not like someone's really gonna freak out, then it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's been pretty good too. But let me ask now you, Sabrina,
Yes.
as the RV owner of the home, having a guest into the RV, how do you feel about sharing the space? Because now Dave and Katie, they have yours is what size motorhome is this?
Well, it's a 40-foot. It's 3911.
3911.
40 foot.
We'll say 40 foot with 3 people. But as you can tell on the camera, it's very spacious compared to now ours being 28 foot, having a guest.
It's not bad. It's not bad. So we're in 28 and a half
Well, pretend
feet.
he's not here.
Because I said it's not bad, you think it's bad?
Well, I'm just making sure.
So we're only 28 and a half feet, but we're pretty comfortable with Mark, so I don't mind having him here. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to have somebody that I can try to get on my side.
That's right. We're each trying to pull at Mark, be like, don't you agree with me? Don't agree with this. Look at her. Look how fake she is. She's wearing running outfits and not going anywhere. You want to be on my side.
Yeah,
On my side.
It's been good. It's been a lot of fun. We had fun with Mark the last time we were here, so it's been good. It's been no problem.
All right. And now I'm putting it over to Katie because I think Katie likes having Wayne here because anything that goes wrong is, from my understanding,
It's always Wayne's fault.
It's always Wayne's
I have somebody to blame everything on, so it's working out great for me.
Nobody's on my side.
Nobody's on your side.
Samson's on your side.
So look at him.
Yep.
So we have questions about what state we're in tonight.
We-
And go ahead.
Sorry. I was just want to say we are in Tennessee.
And then the second thing is I love seeing the other dogs. Is Belle there too?
Aww,
Belle is
poor
not
Belle.
here, and I really miss Belle big time.
HBIC can't come to these parties.
Yeah.
We do have another dog here, however.
You do.
Yes,
Yep. We have
yes,
2
we have
dogs. We
visitors.
have Sadie and Sam. I only see Sam in the camera.
Yeah, Sadie, you can't see
Sadie's
her.
on the floor, yeah.
But Belle is with a friend of ours who happens to own a doggy daycare and boarding area back in Virginia. We thought it would be a little bit too much for Belle. Belle's like really hypersensitive about things, and we're at an ATV park.
So
and
you're saying she's crazy?
she is crazy.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. She's crazy.
Sensitive.
It's not the
that's
so
word.
nice way to say it,
Sensitive.
but she's very sensitive. And we just thought it would be a little much for her with all the ATVs going by, and we would be out during the day, and we stress out about her being by herself, and who knows? I don't know. We're just as crazy as she is, apparently. So, I'm curious if anybody does have questions though for the 2 newbies over here. They would love to answer any and all of your
Yes,
questions.
they've been waiting
or
for
maybe
this all day.
Dave. Maybe Dave has a question.
Yeah, I do. And the biggest question that I have is, well, first of all, this is a statement. If there's any single women out there,
Uh-oh.
hey, these guys are available.
Jumbo bachelors.
Hey, available bachelors. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, we'll have
yeah.
contestant number 1 and contestant number 2. No. Anyways.
And they are willing to travel.
That's right. That's right.
Oh my god.
So no, my question would be, if the camera is still
It's still on
okay.
you. Yep.
Okay, we're going to start with Mark first. If you were going to go RVing, and let's say you even go full time, what type of RV do you think you might pick up?
Well, we were talking about this me and Kenny were talking about this yesterday. Kenny and I should say.
Remember to talk loud.
Yeah.
As loud as you can.
Yeah, so Kenny and I were talking about it. If it was just me, if it was just going to be me traveling, I'd probably go with the ones that hook onto the back of the, the trucks. The ones that connect like right in the
Like a
bed.
truck
What are they
camper.
called?
Like a fifth wheel?
Isn't that no?
Truck
Like a
camper.
truck camper.
Oh,
where
truck
the-
camper.
The cat
Yeah.
just sits
Yeah.
right on the bed of the
Yeah.
truck.
Yeah,
Very
I mean,
nice.
I would probably, I'm spoiled, so I would probably, it would have to be perfect for me. Like, So, you know, I'd probably take my time picking one out, but I don't know if I'd be able to settle for something like small and try to get used to it, you know, and then regret it later or something, but yeah.
Are you saying you're used to a house?
Yeah.
And I think that's a good point what he says. You know,
Yeah,
it would have to be perfect for him. I think, you know, other people, even with good intentions, do try to talk people. Like, you know, I said, oh, I think a truck camper would be good for you with good intentions. But I also feel like you do have to choose what is right for you and not let other people talk you into things. And I do believe that Wayne is looking to purchase some type of RV, and he is and that was part of this trip. So let's ask the same thing to Wayne. What, now the camera's on you, what have you been looking into? What do you like about, and what do you dislike about maybe some of the choices that you've seen so far?
Well, from listening to
And
people,
speak up also.
listening to other people, the motorhome option is great because you can obviously use the bathroom as you're traveling along. But to me, I was looking more into a fifth wheel and with a toy hauler, so I can haul my motorcycle on, detach my truck from my fifth wheel and use that as my transportation along with my bike. That's my mindset on it. Is it the way I'm going to go? I don't know, but it's something I was looking into, so I got to really look more into it and not just jump into it like Mark said and regret something later.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many options out there, and this is one of the reasons why I came here, drove this for the first time, and actually got a feel of it.
And they can see that on our channel.
And it's great. But I don't know if this is for me. You know, that's why I'm saying as far as the fifth wheel, maybe more in line for me, because I just like to unhook it and just take the truck and go. But that is my mindset right now. It's not a definite thing. But
And do you already talk about what you thought of the driving experience of the Class A on your channel, Dave?
Not really. No, go ahead. Share.
no, but it was actually a really good experience because I've always thought about something this big was always top heavy and it would roll over, which that isn't the feeling you have when you're driving it. Okay, it seems like it's a lot more stabilized on the ground than what people may think.
Thanks to Sumo Springs.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about that later on in our
I drove
Sure.
another friend of ours' RV and had the feel of Dave's RV compared to Bob's RV. His was a diesel, this is a gas.
Oh, yeah.
But his was a lot older, but I had more feeling comfortable in Bob's RV because the steering felt better for me. And it's just everybody's preference. But then me and Bob were talking the same way. It's like I've always thought, you know, these things are going to tip over, but you're driving down the road 65, 70, you don't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, it goes along so smooth, and you can drive them just like a car. Now, granted, they're not a car, but you can drive them like a car, and it feels like that. I was always scared to get behind that wheel because of that problem. You're driving a 40-foot rig. It's scary.
And prior to this, what was the largest vehicle you drove?
I drove a truck with like a pickup truck with a 16, 20-foot bed trailer
Okay.
on the back. I mean, it's something like a fifth wheel, but just a little bit shorter.
Okay.
But no, as far as nothing much more in a pickup truck
Okay.
than something this size.
And just a real quick note for clarification, from our RV being gas, you know, the front engine, you know, being front engine gas, and Bob's RV, which he also drove, was an older Safari, and yes, the diesel's in the back. However, it's still not an air ride diesel. It's actually, you know, still spring ride, just like ours, just like yours, Kenny.
Okay.
So, but the diesel being in the back, you know, is a lot more quieter and whatnot. So
We've never enticed ourselves. We don't want to know. We don't want to know how
We
much
won't say.
nicer it is. Yeah, we don't want to know. And I should have said this earlier on in the take, in case anybody doesn't know. Dave and Katie, I'll put it back on you guys. In the captain and the passenger seat, they are RN-RV Chronicles. I do have a link in the description for their channel already. So make sure you go over and subscribe to their channel. They are awesome. And Katie is a travel nurse, and she spends about normally 13 weeks per location. Sometimes a little bit longer.
sometimes a little longer.
Yep.
But
Yep.
And how long have you been doing that, Katie?
We've been on the road for 2 years, and I'm coming up on my 6th assignment. I'll be starting my 6th assignment here next month. And it's been great.
Yeah.
It's been really great. Yeah, I never really wanted to be a travel nurse until my husband found YouTube videos. So thank you, YouTube.
So are you saying it was Dave's idea then?
It was.
Okay.
It was Dave's idea. And but he got me on board pretty quick. It only took me about a week, and I was like, okay, let's do it. So.
Nice.
And they do a segment almost every Monday called Medical Monday, where you discuss how to get started in travel nursing.
Yeah, just anything pertaining to travel nursing or nursing in general. Just try to give some help to people wanting to travel nurse, trying to get into it. Just...
Or anything that anybody is asking questions on.
I try to answer questions.
From living in an RV to whatever. But we try to gear Mondays towards the medical side or healthcare side. So yeah.
Okay, awesome. So Lou had said that he tried a truck camper.
Mm-hmm.
Lou tried a truck camper, or maybe he had a truck camper for a little while that he loved for the mobility part, but then he felt that it was a little tight for the living. So I know for Sabrina and I that we move every 8 days just about. So we wanted to be pretty small so we would be able to maneuver and because we did more traveling than being at one area where, Katie and Dave, you guys are usually at a spot for 13 weeks, and I would see the advantage of being the other way around. Have a little bit of a larger living space because then your traveling parts are a little bit of a shorter time period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense to me. Maybe not to everybody.
2 thumbs up,
Two
buddy.
thumbs up from Dave. Do the two newbies maybe have a question for Dave, or do you have a question? I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't have a question.
You don't have I thought you were raising your hand.
Nope. I'm just changing it to them.
Oh my. Guys, any questions?
Do you guys have any questions?
I didn't think about this.
No.
one.
You didn't have any
Oh my
questions?
goodness.
No, I think pretty much my questions are being answered
Okay.
being on the road.
Yeah.
Because the only thing you have to really ask then is how do you really jump into it other than just getting into it? Financially, and what would you do as far as income while you're on the road, and there's different varieties. We've been discussing that through the whole time anyways, So, but other than that, no, I'm just getting the experience of being on the road and what to do while you're on the road. Obviously now when things might break down, what do you do when something breaks down,
Maintenance is a big deal.
Yeah.
And we've had that. We had some problems both with our rig and with Bob's. On the way, way here. We actually do have some video that we're going to show you guys a little bit later on about that. But yeah, in fact, we just woke up here the first night we were here at the campground with the RV full of smoke. And I'm like, is Kenny playing a prank? What's going on here? And
I wish I was.
Here the air conditioner unit up top with the heat pump, it went out. So there's different things that just take place all the time. So does anybody out there have any questions for the?
No, it's a little quiet. A little quiet on chat.
I have a question for you guys.
Sure.
Actually,
Go ahead.
I know Dave was explaining yesterday, the moment when he really felt like this was home. So I'm wondering with you guys, going from your apartment. Everyone knows what home feels like. Everyone, it's the most comfortable place.
Mm.
So it's how long did it take you after moving into the RV before you really felt like you did when you went home to your apartment?
All right, well, I'll say for me, it was fairly quickly because I feel like I can adjust and settle the things fast. I would say within maybe the first month or so, I felt right at home and right at ease. Once I got the hang of doing hookups and connections and just getting our Wi-Fi figured out. Once all those things were ironed out, I felt at home and at ease. And I don't want to answer for you. But I do have an answer for you, but go ahead.
First, what is your answer for me?
Your answer is you're still waiting for the motorhome to feel like home. But maybe that's not true.
So I was gonna go down that route, but now since you said that, I would think more of when I went to stay in a hotel, and then coming back out of the hotel, I was like, oh, I'm glad to be home.
So 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. So 2 weeks ago. Actually being back at the motorhome and having all my stuff with me, that's probably when I felt like it was actually home. Yeah. But I agree with you, up until 2 weeks ago, I felt like it was just a motorhome.
Yeah.
So I would agree with that.
Did you say there was a question?
There was a question on how we liked ATV rides.
That was awesome.
John wanted to know.
Yeah, John, that was a lot of fun.
Do you got any pictures up there?
I don't have any pictures loaded. I'm working on editing some video. I'm sure Dave and Katie are working on editing some video of the ATV trails and things like that. You even had fun.
What does that mean? You even had fun? Like I never have fun.
It's tough. It's not easy sometimes.
Oh my goodness.
You even enjoyed it. Sabrina was like, "Yeah, we need to buy one of these." So we were really having fun.
Well, let's just clear this up. So I did say that in the first couple hours, but after about 2 hours of it, I was ready to be done. My time was up. I was like a cake. I was baked and I was done. I was done.
They're a lot of fun, and they're more capable than we would have ever thought. We barely ever had to put them in 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, you tried to kill me.
Yeah.
No.
Felt like I was gonna die.
There were a couple times.
A couple times I was going over the edge.
No.
Yeah.
It might have felt that way, but I think you were...
It was very scary.
Everyone will see
blowing
soon
things
enough.
out of proportion.
There was one time that you guys did tip.
Yes.
Pretty good, yeah.
It was a good tip. It was a good tip, but you didn't go all the way over.
For such a short little wheelbase, that was a nice little tip.
You had 4 wheels and one was off the ground. You weren't even close to being off the ground.
That tip was enough to make me switch out of the driver's seat and put you in the driver's seat to get out.
Thank you.
Thank you,
I did not want to be blamed for that wipeout. I saw that, I was like, whoa, we gotta reverse. It's time to switch. I didn't want to be blamed for that one. Especially since the other one, you were telling me I was turning the wheel the wrong way, when I was not turning it the wrong way.
I think the rock was turning the wheel the wrong way.
The rock was turning... What?
Yeah, because when you hit the rock,
they do
it pulled you to the left.
Force you to
It jerked the wheel to the
ways,
left. And I said to you, you're turning the wheel the wrong way. You're like, no, I'm turning it to the right. I was like, but the wheel's going to the left. If you were turning the right, then the wheel would be going to the right.
No. I think you were just mistaken.
We were going left.
So, wait, Mark, what side are you on?
Was it the rock? Or was it Sabrina?
Right
This
or left?
is the situation I'm in too.
Mark.
Remember, you gotta go back with us tonight. So, right or left?
I'll tell you
Pick a
what,
side.
it's a neutral.
They're both right.
Wayne's learned.
That's right.
But this where we're at has like over 300 miles of trails, and you could drive. It's actually on us. I'm sorry. I was going to say it's pointing to them, but I think you could drive all week and 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and the trails just keep on going and going. And you'll see probably in the video, we all, for some reason, have a hard time reading a map. In fact, Mark had to take the map from me when he noticed that I had it upside down.
Katie and I just kept looking at each other. We just kept looking at each other. We're like, what are these? This meeting of the minds. Like, they have maps that look like tissue paper. They're sprawled out all over.
To be fair, the map probably isn't as accurate as they would like.
Yeah, I would have to.
Them trails weren't marked properly. I do not believe it.
So this is the key. If the map doesn't look right, it's probably not as accurate as it should be.
Yeah.
It's not us. It's the map. It's the map.
Yep.
I see.
Nope.
I see.
No.
I'm on Kenny's side, just so you know.
Oh, are you on Kenny's side? RV Habit says, Kenny, you're mistaken. So RV Habit is not on your side.
Kenny, you're mistaken.
I am always mistaken, Lou, all the time. I've learned to accept it.
So Sin wants to know, Sabrina, have y'all ever thought about going the way of a Class C, one of the larger ones?
I know we definitely.
It said Sabrina. Sabrina.
Oh.
So, Sin. Well, I don't really like the eyebrow of the Class C, so that kind of leads me away from them. I don't know, maybe it's a cosmetic issue, but I just don't really like the eyebrows of them. So
that's the only
eyebrows.
That big overhang with the like
bed
bump.
over top.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We'll have to point us Class C out.
Yeah, you have to show it to me.
Yeah, it's not my thing, so I don't think we'll.
Don't talk too bad about them. Lou loves Class C.
I know, but I don't think they're my thing with that. I guess the only way I would consider one is if we had a toy hauler where I could put something in the back, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
That is the great thing about the RV choices. like Wayne was saying, I mean, there is so many options. You got tons of options, from something as small as that you just tow behind a car to as large as that you can tow a 30-foot trailer. It's just unbelievable how many options, floor plans, and choices there are out there.
Yeah.
So we're right at the 25-minute mark.
What does that mean?
That don't mean nothing.
That doesn't mean nothing.
Nothing. We're having a good time. We're just getting past the questions right now.
So RV Habit says his does not have the eyebrow, so he's okay.
I can't remember what yours looks like, Lou. Maybe Lou has more of that streamlined look in the front. Then I'd have to go back and check yours out again, Lou.
Oh, so we have a question for you, Katie.
Oh.
We just purchased an older but new to us diesel pusher. As the first step toward our full-time plan, have either of you in the medical field run into travel nurses with hospice specialty?
With hospice? Yes, I have seen some travel hospice nurses. I haven't seen as much because I'm generally in the hospital, but I have heard of traveling hospice nurses. Yes, that is possible.
Yeah, best thing to do is probably be Google search. I guarantee you, even within Facebook, there might be some type of a group that you would be able to find that would pertain towards the hospice travel nurse. So maybe try to search within Facebook, see if there's a group or something that you may be able to join up with.
Yeah, or you can look up Facebook Travel Nursing Newbies is a group if you're already a nurse and you're looking into. I keep looking at the Apple on the computer. That's not the camera. But on Facebook, Travel Nursing Newbies, and if you join that group, then you can
just ask a question.
questions.
Just ask questions.
And nurses will jump in and say, "Yeah, I'm a traveling hospice nurse or whatever." So definitely, yes.
Cool. And so speaking of hospice nurses, we actually have Sue Mendez and Mark here with us. They're just spectators for our live stream, but subscribers and friends, and they're here with us. So,
yeah, they're here.
But they don't want to be on camera.
It's good to have them, and they brought food.
I didn't either, but I was forced into it.
What's that?
So I didn't either, but I was forced into it.
No, he didn't have a choice. No choice.
You have no choice.
No choice.
If you're living in one of the RVs, you get thrown on your channel.
That's part of it.
We're just visiting, so
helpful tip.
Thanks,
if you fly out to a friend and ride back in an RV, fly back.
You guys sound like you've been having a lot of fun.
No, we did. That's good.
Yep. Any more questions? Wow, this is fun.
I don't see any right now yet. So you ask a question, Kenny. I'm going to put you on the spot because you always have questions. Oh, sorry, that eye roll, they caught that. You always have questions. You caught back to us.
Question. Well, I'll ask Wayne another question. Wayne's my go-to guy over there. Has Dave and Katie had you do any hookups, connecting sewer hoses, electric, hooking up the water, anything like that? Have they talked you through some of the process of it?
No, I had actually a tag-along 30-foot trailer before.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't travel with it. We just put it on the site. So I know all the hookups and stuff like that. So I'm familiar with all that. So, but electrical parts, not too familiar with some of the electrical parts. But as far as hooking up the sewer lines, the water lines, the gas lines, and the furnaces and stuff like that, running the controls, everything, I know all that. That's pretty much.
What he's trying to say is he didn't help.
Right, that's what it sounds like.
But the problem is,
are you picking that up?
See, the deal is here, nobody likes messing with sewer. So the bottom line is, you let the guy run the RV mess with the sewer. I'll do the water line.
No, he's helped a couple times.
But he did cook us breakfast this morning. We
but I
He did cook some really good omelets this morning. So.
Wait a second. Yes. Mark, you haven't cooked us omelets.
Oh, sorry, Mark.
Will you come over and cook us omelets?
Absolutely. At least I'll probably get more appreciation over it.
I said thank you.
We chose the wrong guest. Then. We chose the wrong guest.
Are we switching tonight or what?
I'm making you look bad.
No, sir.
We're going to start blaming you again for everything.
It's all good.
No,
but no, if I want to eat, I gotta cook.
So I think hookups, though, are very intimidating for a lot of people. I remember when Sabrina and I were looking into an RV, we had no experience, and I was watching YouTube videos, and you know, we would watch the RV geeks do their whole spiel of how to hook everything up, and I was like, wow, I don't know if I could do this. And now Mark had asked me, how is it to hook up now? Yep. And now you do it, and you don't even think, it's not even something that you're thinking about anymore. I think as I'm hooking up the sewer, I'm thinking about dinner.
So I'm gonna stop that right there. First of all, I don't cook. Second of all, I don't think that when I did my one attempt at hookups, so that wasn't the experience I had.
You want to talk about a bad experience?
So I wouldn't call it a bad experience. It's just a different experience. So we were at the Bedford Welcome Center, and I went to hook up our hookups. So I was getting ready for work. I'm in all my work clothes, you know, business casual clothes, and Kenny's gone. And I was like, you know what? Let me do something useful. I'm going to go ahead and dump these tanks while we're here. And I specifically remember Kenny saying, make sure you hook this, like, little clamp on really tight, because if you don't, it'll explode, and then everything will fall apart. You see where this is going. So he had gone, and I went ahead, and I was like, all right, so we'll dump the black tank. Pulled the lever, black tank dumps, everything's wonderful. So then I went ahead. Gray tank. Gray tank was halfway out. I was like, all right, this is moving a little slow. I gotta go. Let's speed this up a little bit. So I opened the gray tank completely, and the hose busted off the sewer line. And gray water spilled everywhere at this place. I was like reaching in there like an Olympic star, trying to shove this gray tank lever back in and turn it off. As the Welcome Center people are looking out there, I was like, this is gonna end up on YouTube. Oh my goodness, this is gonna end up on YouTube. That was the last time I did hookups. I haven't done them since, so now that's all Kenny's job. I don't do that anymore. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible.
Dave and Katie, I'm sure you must have some type of bad day in the RV. Do you have one in mind?
Well, I'll go ahead and we'll go along with this sewage.
Okay. They're the best ones.
Yeah. Well, first of all, when we first got the rig, I had no clue. You know, just no clue. We pulled into the first.
Is this your first then? This is your first motorhome?
Yes, it is our first anything like this. I mean, we've never done this.
Okay.
Total greenhorn. You know, the guy brought us in to the park where we needed to go, and beautiful park, by the way, Buttonwood Campground in Pennsylvania. And we pulled in, and the guy says, "Okay, here you go. This is your site. And are you okay?" And I'm like, "No." So he kind of gave me some pointers how to hook everything up. So, total greenhorn. Well, anyways, we're now down in North Carolina at her first assignment. I'm now getting pretty bold with all this stuff, you know, for the hookups and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, it's time to start flushing the tanks now. So I turned on the hose to start flushing the black tank and flushed it once, flushed it twice. I'm like, I really want to make this baby clean. So we're going a third time. Closed it up and, you know, started filling it, and of course the readout is up here in the cabinet, and I came inside and started doing something. Totally forgot about it, and Katie comes out from the bedroom and says,
Jeez.
"Why is there water running off of our awning?"
It's not raining outside.
It is now.
So I run outside and I pull. I'm like, "Please don't open the commode. Don't flush it." But anyways, I ran out and pulled it, and yeah, we had a little bit of a mess, so I needed to clean things up. The story is, don't ever flush your black tanks, and don't go do something else. Just stay focused there.
So to be clear, what happened is that the black tank filled so much that it started to fill the vent.
And start pouring out over the roof. Down, yes.
Wow. Oh, wow. That's special.
Thank goodness it was clean. I mean, it was, because I flushed it, that was the third time I flushed it, so it wasn't like...
Clean and relative.
Yeah.
It's still poop water.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a little bit more on the white side.
RV Habit said never walk away.
Yes.
Never walk away.
Never walk away.
And just real quick, a big shout out to those RV geeks. I'm going to tell you what, guys. If you don't know their channel and you're thinking about RVing, or you're new to RVing, I know we just had someone that said they just purchased one here. Find the RV geeks. They are the holy grail of how to maintain your RV. I mean, these guys, they know what they're doing. They have saved a lot of us, Kenny and I were just talking about this a little bit earlier, how they really have saved us a lot of hassle. So, yeah.
Time, they saved me, I know, tons of time and money, and they're very professional about all their videos. I mean, you watch us, we're all nonsense. The RV geeks are...
We're all nonsense.
Yeah, the RV geeks are no nonsense. They really get to the point of everything and get you moving along really well.
Yeah.
So, question for you.
Oh, good.
I'm going to make it for you. This time around, Travel says... No, it's for everybody.
Okay.
Love the live show. Tech question, how do you do live shots with 2 different camera shots? Uh-oh.
We just figured this out tonight. Yeah, this was something, a new little project for us. So Dave has a, what is this called, Dave? What is this camera?
It's an SJ Cam Legend, and we just simply have it set up here and
plugged into the USB. And for all of our live videos that Sabrina and I do, we use a program called OBS. It's a free program, and it lets you choose multiple media sources, and sometimes, you know, if with enough time, we can preload images and videos from things that we've captured earlier in the day, and we can play them too. So OBS is the software, and this is a what type of camera?
It's an SJ Cam.
SJ Cam.
And it's a Legend, Virgin Legend, and but
Virgin
yeah,
Legend.
it's.
Well, Urban Legend or Virgin
I'm like,
Legend?
Virgin Legend or Urban
I
Legend?
think he meant to say version.
Version Legend.
Version.
It's a legend.
Okay.
Who was drinking?
So I think it's like a.
S-I-N.
Yeah, really. Somebody did something to my lemon water. But I think it's an SJ6000, I think is what it is. Basically a knockoff of the GoPros. And really nice camera. We were going to run 2 separate streams, like on our channel and then Kenny's channel, you know, simultaneously. But this just seemed like it was going to work out a little bit better. So this is why we went down this road. And it's really, hope they love it. I hope these guys really love this.
I hope so too.
We hope so, yeah. We hope so too. We hope you guys are enjoying it.
It don't matter.
We love it.
We know Mark and Wayne do. They love it.
If you guys don't love it, we're doomed. So please love this show.
So, Gregory asked, do any of you full-timers have children? If so, what ages and how do you stay in touch? So, first, Kenny and I do not have children. We have a dog.
Just Belle.
We just have Belle.
She's a handful.
We don't have children, but we've met plenty of RVers at the RVE Summit that have children and travel with them, and they do homeschooling and they actually travel with their children, so it's not uncommon.
Yeah. Some of them had 4 kids and plus.
Yeah, so that's not uncommon. And to the rest of the people.
And how about you guys? You guys have kids?
We'll let these guys, if they feel like they're going to be going into this. I know Wayne has children, and that's also a factor that's taking, you know, effect here a little bit, you know, on when you could possibly do this.
2 daughters, obviously, and they're in their 20s. Okay. So for me, it's not so hard to go out and do it now because they're grown women. But in that case, they still are your children, and you want to be near them, you want to be close to them. But when you get out here, it's not like you're putting them aside, but now you're focusing on this life. You don't think about it so much, but you still got these to contact them, and you can always go back and visit. It's not an issue. You know, they may not want you to go, but you also have your adult life like they have an adult life. So it's almost like you can't tell them what to do, and they're not telling you what to do, but you're living. But you're not ever going to not stay in contact. Okay, so to me, it's not hard for me to detach. You know, but
Oh, love to hear that.
Yeah. It's not hard for me to
but in that same sense is I do keep in contact with them. So it's not like I'm running away from them and vice versa. But so it's not, for me personally, it's not as hard to try and do this life. You know.
And
I don't
for
have any
us-
kids.
Absolutely.
Again, the eligible
I
bachelor
don't have
here.
any children.
They're available, guys.
Again, eligible bachelors.
They're
Here we
available
go.
guys.
Girls. Katie and I do not have any children. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Katie and I do not have any children together. However, I do from a previous marriage. And in fact, we have I have a grandson that's turning 2. and I need to get to his birthday party by Saturday.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, we're kind of
Where's
after
that?
this we're going to be getting on. It's up in Pennsylvania, and you know I keep in touch with her. The good thing is we have she may. Well, I should have left her know that we were going to be on your channel doing this, but we keep in touch, you know, through Skype and you know all FaceTime, all that stuff. Calling her all the time and just different things like that. So I mean, there's obviously. I'll tell you what, the biggest thing with talking about family, Katie, my parents are gone. Okay, they passed away right before we left, but Katie still has her parents. And even though we were talking about children, her biggest thing is she really misses like her mom. She has a really close relationship with her mom. So one of the biggest things that we really found is, FaceTime is like right next to just being there.
Yeah,
why pick up
really
the phone
close.
and call when you can sit there and talk to each other, looking at each other and sharing? So that it really is a good thing. If y'all go out and you do have children that are still back home, get something set up with that FaceTime or something along that line. It really does take it to a next level.
And the other good thing about being full-time is you're on wheels, your house is on wheels, you're on the road, but you can always go home and visit like we're doing this summer. Originally, we were going to go out west and have the summer out there, but I got a little homesick, so we decided to go back to Pennsylvania for the summer. So it's not like you have to be gone forever. So
Branch Out would like to know say that your home or your RV looks very home-like. What brand and what model, make?
It is a 2015 Newmar Canyon Star, and it is model 3914. They stopped making it in 2018. Not the Canyon Star, but this particular model. But it's a Newmar Canyon Star 3914. Thank you.
Thank you, Branch Out.
We also have a solar question. Who has it and how is it working? We don't have it.
We do not have solar. I think we've thought about it once or twice, but we don't feel as if we do enough boondocking or dry camping to take any advantage of the solar system. And I'll switch to you guys. Do you guys have solar?
We do not have solar in the aspect of what they're probably referring to, however, and I'm sure you do as well, is we do have a little solar panel that's up on the roof that just basically charges the battery for the engine, so that when you're sitting for a period of time, the engine's not going dead.
Okay.
Oh, that's a Newmar Superstar thing.
No,
That's not a Winnebago.
Yeah, we have no solar panels up on the
Nothing
roof.
at all.
No solar at all. For anybody looking for solar though and questions for solar, our friend Nomadic Native, he did a fantastic solar setup. Goes over his whole power control system and everything that he likes about it, and I'm sure he would appreciate you guys checking out his channel. So that's Nomadic Native.
We got some solar here.
And the only solar we have is whatever comes through the
window.
That's it.
Yeah, no solar.
I think that was it.
That's it.
That's it.
All right. We'd like to thank everybody for stopping by and checking us out. And be sure to check out Dave and Katie over at RN-RV Chronicles. I have their channel down in the description below. If you just click it, it'll bring you right over to their channel, and you can easily subscribe from there. I'm sure they would appreciate it as well. So, thanks again, everybody. We wish everyone safe travels. You give the video a like, a dislike, share, subscribe. Hold on, I'm getting a wave.
And a bye for now.
And a bye for now from all of us. Take care, everybody. Thank you.